Okay, the time is approximately 6:02 p.m. May 28, 2025. Farragut Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting will now come to order. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and online. I want to thank you for your presence at tonight's board meeting. My name is Ronald Williams, fourth elected mayor of town of Farragut. We appreciate that each of you has taken your time out of your busy schedules to either attend or view tonight's meeting to see how our town government works. All Farragut Board of Mayor and Alderman meetings are public notice per Tennessee state law. All board meetings minutes are taken and are available at a later date. Each meeting will be recorded and can be viewed on our YouTube channel. If you're in attendance, you should be able to pick up a copy of tonight's agenda at the door when you came in tonight. If you're not able to attend tonight and are viewing from home, then the agenda is available online at our website. For those in attendance that would like to speak, please pick up a blue card at the door and write your name and agenda number that you wish to comment on. There will also be time reserved near the end of the meeting for citizen comments on non-agenda subjects, which also requires that you fill out a blue card with citizen comments this time you wish to speak and turn it in to the town recorder. On each agenda item, Mayor will ask the town recorder for residents' input. During this time, any Farragut resident wishing to speak to the board on that specific agenda item may do so for up to 3 minutes. After being recognized by the mayor, please go to the podium and microphone in order to be heard and viewed by all. And you will need to push the button on the right, which will light the red on the control panel, and with that you'll be able to speak. Then once you get through speaking, just punch it again, which will mute it. To conduct efficient business-like meetings, town has adopted rules for how its meetings will be conducted. Primarily, these rules are designed to keep the meeting moving, ensure that all points of view are heard and considered, and to provide common courtesy to everyone. We ask that you observe established meeting rules when addressing the board. At the beginning of your presentation, please state your name and address for the record. We ask that you address all your questions to the mayor, or in his absence, the vice mayor. If necessary, the mayor may call on alderman or staff member concerning your questions or comments. Once you've given your input, please return to your seat so we can continue with the meeting. We ask that every speaker avoid use of improper language, profanity, or other inappropriate conduct, and address issues, not individuals or personalities. Speakers should strive to avoid redundancy and should have their own original viewpoints. We also ask that you please stay on topic. Meeting call to order. We will start tonight's meeting with a roll call by our town recorder for a quorum.
Alderman Burnett.
Here.
Alderman Gaines absent. Alderman White.
Here.
Vice Mayor Meyer.
Here.
Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams here. Thank you, Allison. We do have a quorum. Now please join me by standing for a silent prayer in memory of our veterans, followed by a pledge of allegiance to our country's flag, led tonight by Alderman Burnett. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Is there any agenda amendments?
No, sir.
None. I'll ask them.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, if in favor of approval, please say yes.
Yes.
Okay, noes. Let the record show May 8th, 2025 agenda has been approved as posted. Any amendments to our minutes?
No, sir.
None. Done. I'll need a motion, please.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, motion, if in favor of approval, please say yes.
Yes.
Any noes? Let record show that April 24th, 2025 minutes have been approved as posted. Mayor's report, I'm going to start with a recognition of the 38 years of service from Bud McKelvey, who retired this past Friday. Bud was actually the fourth employee of the young town of Farragut, which celebrated our 40th anniversary this year. And now I'll hand it over to Alderman Burnett to read a proclamation.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Today I'm going to read a proclamation for National Public Works Week. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, emergency management, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the town of Farragut. And whereas these infrastructures, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of the town of Farragut Public Works Department, who are the federally mandated first responders, engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government, who are responsible for maintaining, improving, and protecting our town's parks, public buildings, roads, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the town of Farragut to gain knowledge and maintain ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works, first responders, and public works programs in their communities. And whereas the year 2025 marks the 65th Annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the town of Farragut, Tennessee, do hereby designate May 18th through the 24th, 2025 National Public Works Week, and urge all citizens to join with the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our health, safety, and quality of life.
Okay, thank you, Alderman Farragut. Next will be Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Williams. I have a proclamation from the town of Farragut for Tourism Week. Whereas tourism is the economic powerhouse for every state and destination across the country, with an economic output of $2.9 trillion, supporting 15 million American jobs. And whereas the travel and tourism industry continue to be an essential part of the economy and development of the town of Farragut, and whereas tourism spending supports vibrant and safe communities in Tennessee and across the United States by generating $89 billion in state and local tax revenue in 2024 to support essential services such as education, emergency response, public safety, and more. And whereas the town's tourism program, Visit Farragut, is dedicated to marketing Farragut's hotels, restaurants, attractions, and other amenities in order to increase visitation to our town and surrounding region. And whereas the town staff has excelled at promoting Farragut as a destination for leisure and business travelers and as a center for meetings and athletic events. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the town of Farragut, Tennessee, do hereby designate May 4th through the 10th, 2025, National Travel and Tourism Week in the town of Farragut, and urge the residents of the town to join us in recognizing the critical role this industry plays in Tennessee and in the town of Farragut. And tonight we have two superstars in tourism here amongst us, Haley and Hallie from our Visit Farragut program. If you all could stand, if you could give us a round of applause give them a round of applause for their hard work. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. It appears that we have one ordinance, Ordinance 2507. Approval of Ordinance 2507 on the first reading, amending the Farragut Municipal Code, Chapter 12, Municipal Court, Section 12-8, Office of Municipal Court Clerk, to be replaced, the existing section in its entirety with a new ordinance. Court clerk to be designated by the town administrator.
Yes, sir. The current position has the Board of Mayor and Aldermen appoints that position by resolution. After researching how other municipalities fill this role, the amendment is for the ordinance to authorize the town administrator to appoint the employee as municipal court clerk. This amendment will help streamline the appointment process and allow for current job functions to align with the duties of the clerk. The motion is to approve Ordinance 2507 on first reading.
Okay, thank you, Allison. I'll need a motion to approve.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, any resident comments on this?
No, sir.
None? Okay. Vice Mayor, we'll start off with you on comments.
I pass.
Alderman Burnett,
No questions.
Alderman White.
I have nothing.
I have nothing as well. With this discussion complete, I'll ask Town Recorder for a roll call vote, please.
Alderman Burnett.
Yes.
Alderman White.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Meyer.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams, yes. Let the record show the request to approve ordinance 2507 has been passed 4-0 by roll call vote on May 8th, 2025 at approximately 6:12 p.m. Next, we'll move on to our business items. Looks like we have 3 of those to review and consider for approval tonight. Approval of reappointment for Brittany Moore to the Visual Resources Review Board.
Yes, Brittany Moore is seeking reappointment to this committee. She's missed 3 meetings and would like to be reappointed. The motion is to reappoint Brittany Moore to the Visual Resources Review Board.
Okay, thank you, Allison. I'll need a motion, please.
Move to approve.
Okay,
Second.
okay, discussion. We'll start with Alderman White, since you currently sit on the board, on that particular board.
No comment, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Burnett,
No questions.
Vice Mayor.
Pass.
Okay, same here. With discussion closed, I'll ask if in favor, vote by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, any noes? Let the record show that the reappointment has been approved as requested at May 8th, 2025 at approximately 6:13 p.m. Okay, next will be approval of contract with ADT Evron for installation of access control, burglary, and camera systems at both Farragut Community Center and Farragut Public Works facilities through Omni Partners Purchasing Agreement, contract number R220701.
Yes, sir. This is part of our ongoing efforts to enhance the facility securities. This will have new access control systems, security cameras, and burglary alarm for the community center and the public works. These upgrades will help a seamless integration across all facilities. The same company that did the town hall remodel for our security and access points will also be doing this project as well. The motion is to approve the security installation contract for ADT Everon through Omnia Partners Cooperative Purchasing Agreement R220701 in the amount of $45,267.23.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, any resident comments on this?
No, sir.
None? Okay, we'll start with the Vice Mayor again.
Pass.
Alderman White.
No comment.
Alderman Burnett.
No questions.
I have none as well. With discussion closed, I ask if in favor, vote by saying yes.
Yes.
Any noes? Let the record show the change has been approved as requested May 8th, 2025 at approximately 6:15. Okay, next will be approval of contract 2025-15, Mayor Bob Leonard Park Pickleball Complex. Red button, there you go.
All right. Mayor, Board of Aldermen, Ron Ostrike, Parks and Rec Director. As you all know, for the past 18 months, the pickleball situation at McPhee Park has been well documented and discussed at both Parks and Athletics Council meetings and Board of Mayor and Alderman meetings. These meetings have discussed closure of the north courts for pickleball, use of pickleball and tennis courts by reservation, and finally, the multiple design discussions of a new complex at Mayor Bob Leonard Park over the course of the last 6 months. All of these discussions have led to this exciting proposal before you. Once the board decided on the best design that will work with the dedicated space at Mayor Bob Leonard Park that will fit with the allocated budget of $1.45 million, the team put this project out to bid. The location at Mayor Bob Leonard Park is where the current soccer field 6 is located. Can you go back a slide? Another one. You can see the red box. That is where current soccer field 6 is. The complex, you can move forward, will include 9 LED lighted pickleball courts, interior and exterior fencing, 2 handicap parking spaces, and an exterior shaded seating area. Go ahead. There you go. Staff received 2 qualifying bids on April 10th, 2025. The first was from Baseline Sports Construction with a base bid of $856,742 and an alternate for court resurfacing at McPhee to turn that into just tennis striping of $36,000 for a total bid of $892,742. We also received a second bid from GeoServices Midwest, base bid of $1,068,000 and $75,000 for the alternate. Baseline has a strong reputation in pickleball court construction throughout the United States. References were checked and came back strong as expected. With the very favorable bid results, I asked Ross Fowler, the designer, about a possibility of adding additional courts. They reminded me that any additional land that is disturbed will exceed the 1 acre threshold, requiring stormwater pollution and prevention plan approval. To do that, it would require a new set of updated plans that would likely delay the project start 60 to 90 days. It would also require a rejection of these bids and a new set of plans and a bid process because of the much larger scope. Finally, it would most certainly exceed the $1.45 million with a rebid. So we're looking to start this project immediately and be complete by October of 2025. In this volatile construction environment, we're pleased with the strong bids received for this project and are recommending the board approve the bids and award of contract 2025-15 to Baseline Sports Construction for their base bid and alternates totaling $892,742.
Move to approve. Oh, go ahead. I'll second.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, do we have any rest of comments?
No, sir.
Okay, with none.
Yes, I'm sorry. I do.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
George Ellis is our first speaker.
Okay, George, please step to the podium and,
I think I probably need to wait until it's been approved. The vote's gone through.
yes, we do need a motion and a,
We got it.
we have a motion,
We have a
second.
motion and a second.
That's okay. George? Yeah.
Well, we haven't voted yet, George. We voted for discussion, but
Where's this little red button that's gonna eject?
it's on the right. Yeah. Nope.
Okay, it's been almost, oh, wait a minute, George. George Ellis, 12650 Brass Lantern Lane. I'm so eager to say this, you can't stand it. It's been almost 3 years in the making, but this board just fixed the problem by voting to move pickleball where it should not bother others. Our thanks go to this board, planning, and Ron Ostreich for enabling court relocation. I've enjoyed the interaction with our boards, many town staff during this process. They are really good people. But I'd be remiss if then Vice Mayor Povlin was not given recognition she deserves. Through many conversations, Louise recognized the problem, then cemented the other aldermen's views to orchestrate the only viable solution, moving the courts. The local alderman's support in this is very much appreciated. Also touched on during one contentious BOMA meeting was the topic of Farragut's founding principles. Many non-Farragut objectors with moving pickleball simply didn't know how these courts were paid for. By Farragut taxes, not 1 cent coming from the county. They were unaware they were using town facilities as guests of Farragut, and I surmise that if this was a county matter, we'd still be at square one and we'd still be buying earplugs at Costco. But being positive, we are not. As a town, have we learned we could benefit by enlightening newcomers and adjoining county residents that Farragut is different? The town's own history book, Full Speed Ahead, is a wonderful read. This is a wonderful book. But it only goes really so far. And I'm not trying to give realtors any marketing ideas, but suppose they gave every single newcomer to Farragut a copy of Heather May's book at closing. I wish ours had given one of these books to us. This book explains Farragut guiding principles from the inception. When we first took a stand at the microphone for a more peaceful McPhee Park, we did not know what to expect. Through two-way discourse, we now have a high-end wooden fence and security gates. Pickleball will be moved and tennis will come back. The town listened precisely as the founders intended, and I'd say those founders were way ahead of their time. Finally, I've met some Farragut pickleball players. They have been nothing but kind, considerate people regarding ongoing court noise. They've even enforced rules when needed. I truly hope they continue to enjoy their game on the new courts. Again, thank you for this vote and to Mr. Ostrich's efforts getting the court design and bids out there. By voting yes, you've raised the quality of life for all of us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, George. Okay, next we will have, is that all? Is that the only one we have? Okay. I've seen others out there, thought maybe they were going to speak as well. Okay, we'll move on. We'll start off with, of course, Alderman Burnett, since he's on the Parks and Rec Committee.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. Don't have a whole lot to add. Such a big disparity in the bid, budgeted amount in the bid. You always want that tighter, but being under is a good thing. But yeah, I won't ask for more courts. Since you came prepared to talk about it, I'm not going to ask for that. But I am very, very glad that we're at this point, and I do think the ad alternate needs to be done as well for $36,000. So both of those together are a $550,000 savings. Very excited, and I know the residents and neighbors are very, very excited too. So are they out there ready to get started?
We'll meet with them tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, great. Alderman Kane.
Yeah, I want to follow up with Alderman Burnett's comments. I came in at the back end of this, obviously, last August, but I'm really glad we were able to get forward with it. I really did want to see more courts, but I understand, the situation, but I'm glad we're in it, and I'm glad we're going to also do that resurface at McPhee, because I think it's going to benefit everybody in the long run, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad we're well under budget.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
I very much like the price. It's very good, so thank you.
Alderman White.
No comment.
Well, I'm like Alderman White. I have no comment as well. With discussion complete, I'll ask if in favor, vote by saying yes.
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 Any noes? Okay, let the record show the contract has been approved as requested on May 8th, 2025 at approximately 6:25 p.m. on a 5-0 unanimous vote. Next will be citizen comments.
Have one speaker tonight. It's Joey Ruffalo.
Okay, Joey.
Good evening. I'll make this quick. I just want to say a big thanks to Michelle and Haley and Hallie over at Tourism for setting up the training next week for the Tennessee Businesses Against Trafficking. From my understanding, Michelle, the internal sessions are filled. So that's awesome. We have a community session available at 11 a.m. on Wednesday the 14th. It's open for anybody in the community to join. And if you go to the Town of Farragut website and scroll down to the bottom, there's a little blurb about it and a link to register, and it's free to attend. It's about a 45-minute session. We still have some seats available in that, and the more people we can get in there, the better, and get us towards our goal of being the first community sponsor and community partner in this program.
Okay, repeat that again as far as the time and the date.
It is Wednesday the 14th, next Wednesday, at 11 a.m. at the community center.
Okay.
And there's an Eventbrite link on the page to register.
Okay.
And that's it. Thank you all.
Okay, Joey, thank you. Appreciate that. Anyone else? Okay, then we'll move on to Town Administrator's report.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. A couple things to report on tonight. One is a couple weeks ago, we had a first safety rodeo that Will Wiley, our Public Works Director, put together. Had our Public Works team, our Parks Maintenance team, as well as our engineering staff members come and learn all sorts of safety precautions on our equipment, on different things that we have, 811 calls that you have throughout town to make sure we know what's in the ground. So it was a great event. Really appreciate Will in putting all that together, and I know this team learned a lot. So that was a great event. Next up, we have Bob Watt Fishing Rodeo this Saturday. It's all filled up. I don't think we've already got the slots filled up, but that's an amazing day. Should be a great morning. Look forward to having all the kids out there to hopefully catch a lot of fish. That's the fun part of that. And then finally, I wanted to call Ron Ostrike up. Ron's got some great news to share with the board, and then that'll be it for my report.
Okay, you want to go ahead and give the times for Bob Watt for the spectators that want to come and watch?
Go ahead.
It's 7 to 8:30, and then 9 to 10. 7:30 to 8:30, then 9 to 10, for anyone to come out to Anchor Park. So my good news, everyone, is that we were informed by TDEC that the $2.75 million LWCF grant was awarded and wired to our account. So we have $2.75 million LWCF grant in the house, and that is for the new property at McPhee, on McPhee Road. So I just wanted to give you that good news.
And that is definitely one of the fastest turnarounds we've ever had on a grant request and then receiving of the funds. So,
Well-
great job, Ron.
But so much fun.
Yes.
You weren't in the email loop, so you missed it all. Okay, next will be town attorney's report.
No report.
Okay, Tom, thank you, and the time is approximately 6:28 PM. And without objection, May 8th, 2025, Farragut Mayor Alderman meeting is now adjourned.